Alright guys, so this is your new lesson called All Shapes and Sizes. And let's go ahead and check out our learning goal and objective. And again, I'm in your Edmodo account, and you'll see a link that says All Shapes and Sizes in your Edmodo account. That's going to take you to Blend Space. Alright, and once you're in Blend Space, your learning goal for this lesson is that you'll be able to use shapes and pictures to make your presentations more interesting. Basically, your objective is that PowerPoint gives you a lot of different shapes to choose from. They can be customized to suit your needs using your own color palette preferences and more. While you may not need to use shapes in every presentation you create, they can add visual appeal. In this project, you will use shapes and pictures to enhance your presentation. You will use visual effects in order to bring attention to specific parts of your PowerPoint presentation. When you click the next arrow over here, you're actually going to take this presentation and go ahead and download it right here. And when you do, make sure you select your H drive as a destination. And your PowerPoint's going to kind of look like this. You can see as you scroll through that there's not many pictures, which we have to kind of fix. And we're going to put some shapes in here as well. And we have a list of commands that we need to follow in our Blend Space link. So if we're on number 2 right now, basically we need to go to number 3. And we need to watch this little video on YouTube. So make sure you pause me right now and go ahead and watch this video on YouTube. And it's going to talk to you guys about inserting pictures into your PowerPoint presentation. And it's going to talk to you about picture effects that you can use as well. Then what I want you to do is basically open up your directions here. And you will see, it used to be a numbered list. I don't know why it's not numbered anymore. I'll have to fix that. You will see in your directions that basically it just starts out with giving you things to do on each slide. Alright, and it looks like slide number 7 is our first one, and then we're going to go to slide number 1, and then 3 and 4, and then 8. Alright, so on slide 7, insert an entrance animation called Float In and modify the information or effect options to float down. Okay? Alright, so let's look at slide number 7. What is slide number 7 all about here? Alright, so insert an entrance animation called Float In and modify the animation or effect options to float down. It is talking about the title right here. Employee Fitness Center is what it's talking about. So what you want to do is make sure you click on the text box and click on the border of the text box. And let's go ahead and go to the Animations tab here. It says it wants an entrance animation to float in. But instead of floating in from the bottom like it just did, I'm going to go over here to Effect Options. And I'm going to say float down. Okay? And that's basically the first bullet there. It says also on slide 7, add a float-in entrance animation to the 4 bulleted items and modify this information or effect to float in as one object. Okay, so let's grab our bulleted list here. Again, click on the dotted line to select the entire text box. And we want to have a float in. Okay. We need to modify this float in because it says to float in as one object. Okay, it doesn't say to float down either. So right now it's floating up. Yeah, and I kind of like that. Let's keep that. You can modify yours if you want to float down, but we do need to modify the animation to fly in as one object. So if ever I want to modify my animation, I'm going to open up my animation pane. And when I open up my animation pane, you can kind of see here that this right now is set to float up. Alright, and this is animation number 2. I'm going to click my drop down arrow here, and you can kind of see here, if you click the drop down arrow, you'll see all the bulleted list items right here. Flexible hours, multiple TVs, group classes, and new machines. Alright, so that's all of our items right there. Let's go ahead and say that we want it, we're going to go to Effect Options. And right here where it says Animate Text All at Once, let's just say we want to animate, does it say by word or by letter? Let's say. Oh, as one object, so we might not have to modify that. effect options, all at once. Yeah, let's just keep it at all at once. Okay. Alright, and then we need to add an animation to our picture. And right now it says add an animation of swivel to the actual picture. Let me take that window over there, take that window over there. And let's get rid of our animation pane so we can see it. Alright, let's go to our animations now and say that we want swivel on our picture. Alright, and that looks like everything we need to do for slide number 7. Alright, on slide 1, add a bevel effect picture style to the picture Jeb Biofuels. Alright, let's see. Slide number 1. Add a bevel effect picture style to the picture Jeb Biofuels. Alright, so when you click on a picture, which is what this is, you're going to actually see that we have picture effects right here. Under the picture tools, you're going to click on the format button. This only really appears after you click on a picture. And it wants a picture effect called Bevel. No, I'm sorry, not a picture effect. It's very important that you actually look at this. Picture style. So that's very different. Okay, so a picture style is actually right here, whereas a picture effect is right over here. And bevel is kind of confusing because you do have a bevel under picture effect called bevel perspective, and that'll make your picture look like that. And under picture effects, you also have all these different bevels. So make sure you always differentiate between picture styles and picture effects. Alright, so a bevel should look something like that. Now, on slide 1, add a glow picture effect to the Jeb Biofuels picture. Choose the specific dark green color accent to glow picture effect. Alright, so you'll see this is the picture, Jeb Biofuels, and it says choose the specific dark green color to glow picture effect. So now we're going to go actually under picture tools and format, under picture effects, and you're going to see a whole group called glow. The trick here is that we need a specific glow, and it says a green accent color to, let's make sure we get this right, dark green accent color to. Okay, so dark green accent color to. So glow, that's just dark green accent color, yeah. So all of these, it just depends on what your point is here, and if you, I didn't specify a point, I don't think. So let's just say we're going to do an 8-point dark green accent color too, and you can kind of see the higher the point goes, the more glow you're going to have on your picture. As I hover over these, look at the picture and see how the picture actually changes because of your points. So let's just say we want an 8-point dark green color accent too. Alright, so that looks like it's it for slide 1. Now on slide 3, it says use the content box to insert an image of the bathroom scale. Using online picture tool options and resize as needed. Okay. Alright. So I think this is our first time actually using the insert online pictures thing. So on slide 3, you're going to notice a content box with nothing in it. Hint, hint, use it. And we're going to use the online pictures thing. Sometimes I have good luck with this, sometimes I don't. But I'm just going to do a Bing image search for a bathroom scale. And we're going to, let's see. Alright, if I could type this morning, sorry. And let's see what comes up. Any one of these will work. I'm just going to pick the first one and say insert. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And kind of reposition it a little bit. And if you didn't know this already, when you're repositioning pictures, you can swivel them any way you'd like. You can actually take one corner of the picture and flip it so that it faces the other way. If this is a person maybe facing this way and you want them to face this way, you can always do that. Or you can just resize your pictures. Alright, so let's go ahead and resize that and kind of position it nicely. It says on slide 4, insert an image using a screenshot. Use Google to find a picture of the Food Pyramid Nutritional Guide and insert this using a screen clipping. Okay, so food pyramid nutrition guide. Let's go ahead and try this. Food pyramid nutrition guide. And we're going to do an image search here. So come down here and select images. This looks like the one I actually want right here. Let's see. My lag is real. Alright, so yeah, this looks like a really good image. And I guess we need to use a screenshot tool, which I've never really used in PowerPoint. It's kind of a new thing that we can use here. But you can kind of see here, this is our food pyramid. You can see bread, cereals, rice, pastas group 6 to 11 servings, vegetable group 3 to 5 servings, fruits 2 to 4 servings, milk, yogurt, cheese group 2 to 3 servings, and of course everything at the top is what you're supposed to eat the least of. So fats, oils, sweets, which is everything that we really like up here. So yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and go to under Insert Pictures. You should, and like I said, this is kind of my first time using this. We have something called Screenshot. Alright, and when we actually use Screenshot, we're going to use something called Screen Clipping. It's going to hide our PowerPoint. It's basically going to give us what we call the snipping tool. And you're just going to click and drag and take a screenshot. The really cool part about this is that when you let it go, you don't have to copy, you don't have to paste, you don't have to do anything. It just pops into your actual slide. I should have probably made sure that I was on the correct slide before I did that. So you probably need to just do the same thing. Make sure you're on the correct slide. And this is supposed to be on slide 4. Insert an image using a screenshot. Okay. So let's just cut this one out of here. And just right click, paste it right into here. Boom. So there's our food pyramid picture. Okay. So yeah, it's really cool, the screen clipping thing. That's kind of a new thing. It's just like your snipping tool. Alright, on slide 4, sharpen the picture by 50%. Alright, so anytime you have a picture and you click on it and you go to Picture Tools and you click on the Format tab, you have all these things over here to actually enhance your picture. And one of those things you can do is actually use the correction tool to sharpen it. And if you hover over here, right now we're at sharpen 0. Going this way, we have sharpen 25 and sharpen 50%. And you can kind of look at the picture every time I hover over a new one, it gets a little crispier. And it gets a little softer or blurrier as you soften. Okay, so we actually want to sharpen it by 50% just to make it look nice and crisp. Alright. On slide 8, insert a picture using the online picture option and add any picture effect you wish. That's very vague, so let's go to slide 8. Insert a picture. It says using the online picture option. So let's go online pictures. The slide is about get active today. So I might just type in fitness and see what comes up. There. I'll take that and insert. And let's resize. Whenever you don't have a content box and you just insert a picture, you never know what size it's going to pop in at. So there, get active today, fitness. There's our last slide. And it's not going to be our last slide for long because it says it actually wants us to insert a new slide with a title-only layout. So you can either click on slide 8 or you can click right below it and say insert new slide. And it said it wants a title layout like that. With a title-only layout. In the title placeholder, type learn more at fitness.gov. Learn more at fitness.gov. kind of would like that all to be in one line, so I'm going to just kind of stretch out my title box. I don't know if I'm actually going to need this subtitle box, so let's just delete it, because I have a feeling we're going to put a picture in here. Alright, open the link in your browser and then insert a screen clipping of the website into the slide you just created. Alright, so let's go to fitness.gov, and we're going to use our screen clipping thing again. I guess I can close out my food pyramid. Alright. And we're going to do a screen clipping, so let me actually get my screen up here. Alright. So, President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition. I'm obviously not going to put the whole web page on there. And if you kind of look at the example in your directions, this is what it kind of should look like right here. And I don't really see that particular picture on there. We have various other pictures here. So this is going to be a little tricky because this is a photo gallery here. And like I said, I don't think we have that exact picture that they want us to use. So we're just going to actually, we're going to try to grab this. Ah, there it is. There's that exact picture, and that's what we want. Can we pause it? Okay. I think that paused the actual slideshow. No, it didn't. Of course not. And these arrows do absolutely nothing. Yay, I'm glad they're there. So we're just going to take a screen clipping, and you may all get different pictures here. So let's go insert. Let's do screenshot, screen clipping. Click and drag. That's like the worst picture. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm going to try that again. Insert, screenshot, screen clipping. There. That's the picture I actually want. Right there. Boom! Good luck to you guys trying to do that. That's kind of a pain in the butt. It's probably the only part of the project I didn't write. So, my bad. Alright, so we can close this out. I think we're good there. We've gone to fitness.gov. And let's just see here. When you're finished, your slide should look something like this. Alright, so that's it for part 1 of this project. You can see, though, we're definitely not done. We still have some more work to do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save up here. You should have hit save just about every 5 minutes or so. As you guys are working, one of the things I'm not seeing is you guys actually save while you're doing your work. Please make sure that you're coming up here and you're hitting the save button about every 5 minutes while you do your work. And please make sure you're saving to your H drives or your flash drives. Alright, and let's take a couple of minutes here to clean up a few things about PowerPoint that I want to actually address. Alright, so we all know this thing up here is called your ribbon, but most of you guys don't know what you're doing with this part right here, which is called your quick access toolbar. And this has your save button. If you make a mistake though, this is one of your most powerful tools right here. It's called undo. And it will just undo the last thing that you did. So if you insert a picture, instead of deleting it, you can just hit undo, and it'll take the picture right back out. If you make a mistake and you undo it and you're like, no, I changed my mind, I liked that, you can actually click redo, and it'll just repeat the last thing that you did. This right here is actually starting your presentation from the beginning. However, if you just want to look at one slide, you can come down here and you can look at this button right here that just says slideshow, and it will just present the slideshow from that particular slide. Okay? And pressing the escape button will always get you out of there. This right here is called your reading view, and basically if you just want to look at your slideshow with no tools, it's a good option, and again, escape will get you out of there. Sometimes you would just want to see all your graphics up close, so you want to hide the toolbars. And this right here is called your slide sorter view, and this is really important. If you actually wanted to add a time to each one of your slides, you could do that with your slide sorter view by going to the transitions tab up here. No, I'm sorry, slideshow tab, and actually adding a time to your slides. You could either do that by saying rehearse slide, or you could set up your slideshow. Either way, when you rehearse your timings, you'll notice that you actually get to choose. when you present your presentation, how long each slide is displayed for, so that you can actually read through it and you can think of yourself as kind of an audience member. How long do I need to read that slide? Because that's kind of where I want my timings to be. So make sure you guys are aware of the slide sorter view. It will also tell you if you have a transition on a particular slide. Notice right now I have no star on there whatsoever. So if I add a transition to it, I actually see a star there. And if I hit apply to all, notice how now I have transitions on all my slides. So it's a really good way to manage your entire presentation by going to this little slide sorter view. Alright, and again, if I wanted to set up timings to actually use in my presentation, let's say I want, every slide to be on like 10 seconds or something like that, I can actually say, set up slideshow. Let's see, present at a kiosk. You could say loop. When you're presenting at a kiosk, you got to realize that you're setting up your slideshow to kind of be presented without you clicking anything. A kiosk are those little things in the mall where people try to sell you like perfume and things like that, or cell phone cases. What I like to do is actually use something called Rehearse Timings. And when you rehearse your timings, you'll get a little window up here, and you can kind of click through your presentation. So if I want this particular slide to be on for about 5 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and click at 5 seconds. If I want this slide to be up for maybe 10 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and click when it turns to 10 seconds. And it's going to save those recording times for me. There, 10 seconds. Alright, and now if I actually look at my slide sorter, you can see this slide has 6 seconds, that slide has 11 seconds, alright, that slide has 0 seconds on it, alright. So there's a couple tricks for you as far as your PowerPoint. And one other thing that you can do as far as setting up your slideshow goes, notice here how I just set all of my times to like 4 seconds or something like that. If your slideshow kind of has the same amount of information on each slide, you may not use that record or rehearse slideshow thing. And if so, if you don't want to do that, come over here from the slideshow tab to what's called transitions, and you'll notice under timings here, you actually can advance your slide either on mouse click or after a certain time. So let's just say I want to do all slides at 10 seconds. Make sure you have this after check and then click apply to all. And then you can actually play your presentation, and your slideshow should actually transition every 10 seconds without you clicking anything at all. Okay, so test that out. I'm not going to play it through this whole video because this video is kind of long already. Alright guys, so that's part 1 of this project, and hopefully you can get that